Hello everybody, my name is Scott Darmus. I work in the field of quantum gravity. And a lot of you may think that quantum gravity has nothing to do with technology. People think that it's purely theoretical, but that's because the quantum gravity you heard of is not the correct quantum gravity. When you have a really new theory that is changing the paradigm, is changing physics, then it should have a lot of predictions. And I have a lot of predictions. They all turned out to be correct. My theory is confirmed by the analyses of 8,846 supernovae and 35,000 white dwarfs. It claims that the true age of the universe is 35 trillion years, and it also explains entanglement, and it solves a lot of problems with constants. It predicts the mass of all the particles, and it solves the trouble with the Hubble constant. It turns out that when you assume a smooth quadratic expansion, assume that the expansion of the universe is a quadratic function, then things become simple and you don't have these problems anymore. The luminosity of supernovas decreases with the square of the distance. And so it solves all the problems in cosmology. It also solves the problems in gravity. So in gravity, every time people try to measure the gravitation constant, they get a different value. And I show that the value depends on the material. And that's because gravity does not depend on mass, like Newton said, also not on energy, like Einstein said, but it depends on the number of particles. In specific, the number of protons and neutrons. So some of you may say, isn't that the same as mass? Protons and neutrons have mass, so isn't that the same? No, it's not the same, because mass is a form of energy, and so in different elements you have different amounts of negative binding energy, which reduces the mass, but it does not reduce the number of particles. And so you end up with different gravitational constants for every element. And iron is the element with the highest binding energy, and that's why it has the highest the most gravity per kilogram. And this allows us to create some pretty amazing technology. We can alter gravity, actually. If we inflate the mass by using particle accelerators, but not those with magnets on them, because those would be too heavy. We could use tubes with total internal reflection, like this model here. This is a laser here. And we could, if we inflate the mass but don't change the number of particles, then basically we have less gravity per kilogram, and then we could make things fall slower than they usually would. We've already also done a lot of free fall experiments and many ways to prove that the theory is right. The whole theory is summed up in this book. Has different parts, including the similar worlds interpretation, which says that we exist in all worlds that we cannot distinguish at the moment, and space particularism, which says that every particle carries its own quantum of space, and gravity is explained by having more space quanta in one place than in other places, so particles get attracted to the regions of space where the most space quanta are, and that's the reason why it ultimately depends on the number of particles and not on the mass or the energy. Okay, please support us so that we can change the world with new technology. Yeah, thank you.